People desire connection. In fact, Dean Ornish said, the need for connection and community is primal, as fundamental as the need for air, water, and food. Creating and fostering an online community can be extremely difficult, especially when you have a small team or no team at all. So today I have with me a Discord expert who's going to be giving you some very practical tips you can implement to help make this process a lot easier. And without further ado, what's up, Logan?
What's that?
So first, let me ask, what is Discord and why is it such a great and useful platform?
So Discord is a social media platform that's been growing over the past 9 years. And I have statistics. So on active users, or at least registered users, it has like 614 million registered users. And the reason that's kind of big is that is almost as much as Twitter has. Twitter has 619. Notice that Twitter has been operating for 18 years and Discord has been only operating for 9. So it is very fast growing. Along with being a chat platform, you can make your own servers, hang out with friends, even work if need be.
So what would you say is the biggest factor that is going into Discord growing at twice the rate as a platform like Twitter?
Well, one of the things is the simplicity of it. Being able to make your own Discord and not really any requirements, easy setup, and the ability to find pretty much anything. I've seen several servers for like games or movies, hangouts, talks, whatever. And it's just, like I said, mostly the simplicity of it.
Would that mean can anyone set up a Discord server?
Yeah.
There's no requirements?
There's absolutely no requirements.
Wow.
The kind of only requirement is like Discord itself. Like you can do it on phone, Mac, PC. I'm pretty sure even Xbox has it now. Yeah, you can just pretty much make it on any platform that has Discord.
So when you say Discord is simple, what makes it simple? Is it the layout? Is it just like what makes it such a simple platform to use?
Well, one thing, it does look complicated, especially there are complicated parts, such as bots and setting up community auto mod, which is an auto moderation system. There are some parts that are complex, but what makes it really easy is just like few clicks, you can make a server, and I can make like a new channel in 3 clicks for that server. So it's not hard until it depends on what you're going for. If you need a lot of bots to do stuff for you, then it gets a little more complicated, but half the stuff you can just learn on YouTube.
So how much time would it, to like the bare minimum entry, so we say like no bots or really simple bots, what is the lowest amount of time it would take to set up a basic Discord server?
Basic? I've done it in 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Wow.
Like I said, it depends what you're going for. If you're going for a big, lengthy thing with all these such and such channels, then it's going to take a little bit longer. But if you're going for the basic, you have your general chat, you have your memes, you have showcase, you have your voice call, hangout, then that, and even setting up roles with that is not going to take more than 10 minutes.
Wow, so 10 minutes, guys. You can spend 10 minutes and get this community platform up and running. That's powerful.
Yeah.
So I think the next question is, you'd have it set up, which we'll dive more into how to set one up in a little bit. But I think people will be wondering, how do they get their already existing audience, let's say from YouTube, or maybe from Instagram or TikTok or whatnot? What are some methods they could use to get that audience onto their Discord server?
Kind of just advertising. You can just go into your Discord and, like, depending on what device you have, you can copy the link. And say if you're in Discord, you put it in description. Same with like TikTok or Instagram, just whatever. It's pretty simple as well.
So, just to clarify, you just go to Discord, copy paste the link, put it on your social media.
Yeah, and then be able to join it. Or there's another way. You will have to find your server code, and by typing in that code, you put it in. It'll be like, "Do you want to join?" You put accept, and that's pretty much the same thing the invite code does.
Wow, that's good. Again, this Discord really is a simple platform, isn't it? So I think the final thing I know I'm wondering, and probably a lot of our viewers will be wondering, before we dive into some really good and practical tips, is how safe is Discord? Is it a safe community? If done properly, is it a safe space?
Yes, if done properly. There are like special bots you can have that you can put in what you don't want people to say. And there could be like different punishments or whatever. If they say a certain word, you can either instantly remove that word, kick, ban the person. It's pretty much what you set it up to be. And then if you have like trusted people, you can also have like moderators come and edit. But it depends what the server owner and the mods allow. So it'll be different for different servers.
So would that also mean for, let's say, a Christian content creator, right? We all know that censorship is more and more on the rise, especially against Christians. Would that mean that if a Christian wants to set up a server and, of course, doesn't want people promoting Christianity to get in trouble, that Discord won't really do anything about it? It's all what you decide to allow on your server, not Discord.
Yes, so there are certain guidelines. If you look at Discord guidelines, there are guidelines they want you to follow. Not everybody follows them, and I've not seen a direct response from Discord. But as far as I know, if you set up a server for a specific thing, I don't know if Discord will really interfere. They'll just sit by and let you do your own thing, from what I've experienced.
Wow, so that's for people wanting to do, stuff that talk about things on other platforms would definitely be controversial. That could be really good.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say Discord is as effective on posting controversial stuff. Like, if you wanted to get something out there on Instagram, you'd probably get a bigger audience, faster response on Instagram than you would if you did on Discord. But Discord is less picky about what you put in.
So you lose on-platform promotion, but you kind of gain that freedom of being able to talk about what you want to talk about.
Yeah. And it's not saying nobody will see it. I mean, if you reach a certain amount of members, there's a ability where you can put on, like, it's not community mode, but it is kind of like that, where people can actually search up for certain stuff. So I can go into Discord, search up for gaming servers, and I'll have this whole list of gaming servers that will pop up. So if you get a certain amount of members, like I believe it's like 1,000 or something, you'll be able to set up where people can actually search and find it, and that's a way to reach out to more people.
Well, and then okay, that's really good. All right, well then let's get really practical. Since there aren't many Discord, since there aren't many, since there isn't a lot of server regulation from Discord themselves, how would somebody keep a community regulated by themselves? Let's say we have no team, it's just them, it's just one person wanting to monitor the community. How can they keep that community regulated and keep it, for lack of a better word, appropriate for their viewers?
So there's a very simple way to do this. A bot for Discord. It is free. There are some paid parts, but what I'm going to go into are free. It's carlbot.gg or something along those lines. You can just look up carlbot and it should pop up. And it has an auto moderation, and that's what I use for all my Discords, to where if I can put in certain words that will like get removed as soon as they're typed in and entered. And I can do a kick, I could just get rid of the word, ban, or I could send that person a warning. And there's a way to actually say you do have a team of mods that you could add a specific channel that it goes into and be like, hey, this person did such and such. And it would like notify you.
So you just mentioned moderators, right? And how could somebody that wants to have mods to assist that bot, what would be a good way for somebody to find solid mods to help on that in the community?
Solid mods? You can't, there's not really a way to go and hire people, which not really many people do get paid on Discord. There is a monetization button where you can. That's a whole different setup, but honestly, you would just have to find people that you trust that have Discord to help you monitor it. And you can honestly completely do it by yourself and the bots. But if you try to find a mod team, you could make up an application. I've seen that done before. Be like, why should you be a mod and all that stuff. And it actually worked out before. These people put in this application, send it in, and you'll have like the owner review it or mods review it. And if they approve of it, then be a mod. But if you do something bad and like that's not good, you can either get a warning or just taken away from mod. So there's a lot of ways to do it, but mostly I would say either make up an application or just get like some trusted friends.
And that's actually what we did on our server we're about to launch. It's just me, you, and like 2 other people that we know really well. And those are our mods. All right, so now I think I want to shift over to just if okay, start that section. All right, so now I have a section that I will basically call laying the bricks, right? Building the foundation. So if somebody comes to you and says, Logan, I need your top 5 tips for starting a Discord server. What are those 5 foundation bricks that are most important for people to understand and know going into creating a server?
So the most important thing I figured out is it's not that hard. Figure out what you want your Discord server to be. Like if you go in and just like, I'm gonna make a Discord server. If you don't have any plan for it, it's not gonna really go anywhere. I've tried to do that. one of the hardest things for me is making a good community hangout. Like, I can build Star Wars, but whatever, work servers. But the hardest thing is for me is community hangouts. But it's just like, you have to figure out which one to do. And if you don't, well, it's not going to be as good as it can be. And if you are, there's a little bit of time you have to put into it. Like, you can make a basic one in 10 minutes, but if you want a good one with bots, auto moderation, good roles, good theme, then you're going to have to put some time in it. And it's not like too much time, but if you completely ignore it, it will kind of flop.
Right, just like anything else, you have to put fuel on the fire, you have to fan it, and you got to keep it alive. All right, what's your number 2? Second most important.
Oh, for setting up a server, don't leave it bland. Because people like a nice, fancy-looking server, and it doesn't have to be nice, fancy-looking, but it's just, don't leave it 2 channels. Don't leave it as you found it. Continuously add stuff. And it's not like once you're done finishing and you start inviting people, you can't ever edit it again. You can constantly be adding stuff. And that's one of the things that makes Discord great.
I think a powerful thing there is a lot of people might say, well, what do? I don't have any good ideas necessarily. Well, what would you say to that?
So I actually found this out recently. There is a app called Discord Template, and it's pretty much a cheat code for everything here. You type in Discord cheat code, not Discord cheat code. You type in Discord Template, and it would ask you, what do you want a template for? You select it. It could be gaming, community, work, any of these things, more. And it will give you an automatic template that you can have. It will set up channels for you. It will set up roles. It does not come with bots, but you can still add bots in the future. And it comes with all these things. And it's, like I said, it's honestly cheat code for the entire thing. I didn't know about this so recently, but someone shared it with me, and it was really cool.
Wow. All right, so you're laying some really good foundation bricks here. That one is just crazy. So really, you don't even have to do much of any work. You can just go to there and get the whole template. So you don't have to do much on the setup process.
The thing is, it's better to know what you're doing, because if you set up this whole server with a template and say there's something you like or don't like, you want to add or remove, and you don't actually know how to do that, you're kind of stuck at one point. So it's good to actually know how to do that. But once you do, the Discord template helps a lot.
So what would you, for people to understand what they're doing entirely, we can only cover so much on a quick podcast here.
Yeah.
But how would you recommend people approach Discord learning? Is it something they should sit down, try to learn the whole thing at once, or would it be just try and solve problems as you come across them?
So I would say almost neither. It's kind of, you have to do it in sections. Like, first you do Discord setup. I would suggest looking at a video first before you just jump right into it. There are quick 20-minute videos, even 12-minute videos that I have seen that explain the process of it. And you go ahead, do that, do server setup. And once you get your server set up, it's looking nice like you would like it, you go to the next stage, which would be bots, or I consider roles to be part of Discord setup. But you go into bots, and then you can turn on community, and you can have all these different things. But don't expect your Discord server to be top tier just starting off. And if it's not, that's fine. You have to have somewhere to start off with.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we as people can start to think just because we put a little bit of work, we deserve it to be perfect. And that's 100% not the case.
But once you get good at it, like it seems very hard, but once you start to understand it, it's almost like, oh, why didn't I see this before? It's so simple. And you can set up a whole server with like a good server within an hour, stuff like that. Like with bots and roles. It's just once you get the repetition down, get really good.
So if we have, you've been laying out some really good tips. But if there's still some people saying, well, I don't know, this Discord thing sounds interesting, but I'm still not quite sold on starting one yet. What would be your, like, one sentence you want to say to them now to convince them that Discord is a good idea? Or also, who would Discord not be good for? Who should not set up a Discord server?
People, one thing is Discord is not a career. I mean, it could be. People could pay you to do it. But honestly, it would be a lot cheaper if, like, instead of you paying somebody to do such and such, it'd be cheaper to learn how to do it. It's not like it takes you 6 months or whatever. It's decently quick. But yeah, I wouldn't say do it for a career. It's not the best career path. If you're wanting to go into media, there are so many other different things, but it can be like there is a way to earn money on it, but I don't think it's like a big thing.
Yeah, it's a good tool to keep in the back of the kit, but shouldn't used as much as a hammer.
Yeah.
And then what would that sentence be for somebody that should start a Discord server but is still being skeptical about it?
Caught me a little off guard there. I'm not sure. It is a very good place to like hang out with friends or community. I have seen several places people do like Star Wars claims and it work out. It's definitely a fun place. You can make a lot of new friends. I've made several friends. And like it has changed a lot of my experiences and how I look at like different platforms and all that. It's just like a simpler way to do a lot of other things.
I think that's good. That's if you're not convinced by now, what more do you want? All right, well, I guess that's all I have. Any closing statements from you?
Don't give up on a server. Unless you're like completely closing it down. Don't just build a server, get what you want done, and then delete it. You can always have test servers, like if you want to try out a new bot or something. It's always good to keep servers, but if you just continuously make servers, you'll kind of lose the love for it. So if you want, just like make a server, stick to it, and you can like give it to a friend or stuff like that. But don't just make one and completely ditch it. Unless you have absolutely no views. But majority servers can either be changed for use or you can like I said, donate it to a friend or whatever.
Wow. Yeah, don't give the Discord server up to the pound.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Logan, thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate all the information you dropped. And yeah.
All right.
I didn't forget to end this. I did not forget to end this.